Mind and brain. In fact, in a sense, modern science hasn't tried to look into the mind at all. It has preferred to see mind as synonymous with brain, to see mental activity as nothing more than the electrochemical processes that go on in the brain, and which can be measured by the right kind of instruments. The fact that, no matter what the electrochemical activity of the brain happens to be, we experience thoughts, as mental, non-physical events rather than as electrochemical processes, is regarded as irrelevant. The motivation behind this approach has been to present men and women as biophysiological machines, susceptible to study just as mechanical machines can be studied. The trouble is, of course, that human beings do not experience themselves as machines and persist in acting unpredictably, untidily, unconventionally, and occasionally gloriously. They persist in imagining, in dreaming, in creating, in innovating. They persist in showing initiative, in breaking rules, in producing great works of art and literature, in surviving against all the odds, and in adapting mentally and biologically even to the weightlessness of outer space, a real scientific poser, since humans have never previously experienced weightlessness in their evolutionary history, and thus in theory should be unable to adapt to it. And they persist in inventing and discovering, and even in taking over the course of genetic evolution itself, another poser for science. Since genetic evolution must now be seen as subject to mind, and not due solely to random mutations and the law of natural selection, and they persist in having this troublesome thing called consciousness, self-awareness, for which even the most die-hard Darwinian can find no evolutionary explanation and no evolutionary purpose.